Right, guys, welcome back. Just a little over an hour ago, maybe I'll be doing more bro updates on what's going on in the transfer market, and I'm back again. Sadly, because there have been breaking news, any updates. I say sadly. I mean partly because there have been breaking news, any updates that I need to be back and then give it to you. My catcher said, once you are here and you subscribe to the channel and you turn on notification and then you share the link and you enjoy the analysis, you don't ever miss any news. And again, someone subscribe to the channel, I'm Michelle. Go back, subscribe to the channel and not turn on notification. Very important. I mean, when you really want important to be more important, you see imperative. That's why I say imperative a lot. Very, very imperative. I am passing over subscribe to the channel, not any notification. So that be anytime your content ever drop, will be on your first to have it. Also, to every one of you are more share link, now more for in all of the groups. I'm moving on. Say a big thank you to you also. But there's breaking news, big one. On two fronts, and you be doing come. We'll delve into it deeper. Now if you real the consequences of what of it in so in the first video I was describing the fact that there's a possibility said Chelsea being a brand your friend John Duran, because already Chelsea and John Duran are agree at personal terms. Now what is happening in the last few hours is that Villa for a price of around 100 million to Al Nassr for my catcher said Al Nassr want to replace a brand your friend Alex Telexka. Almost 100 million to Al Nassr for Al Nassr for better. They are turning their attention to buying 04 Leverkusen striker, a friend Victor Boniface from Nigeria, and they are giving him a good deal. The thing is that for Victor Boniface, and sign a contract extension, our buying 04 Leverkusen, but we are hearing say there is still a possibility for a branch friend Victor Boniface to leave Germany and then go and play in Saudi Arabia. Into John Duran deal to Saudi Arabia off, and it means that Chelsea still are in and around it. The thing is that Chelsea don't value John Duran at 80 million to 100 million. They value him between 50 and a little bit more in between that and 80 million. And more value a branch friend John Duran. So if the Joao Felix deal goes through, if Joao Felix can go to Team Efreno, Aston Villa, I have a feeling, like I said, this week we are going to see more of this because Chelsea may be moving a little bit mad, quote unquote, our transfer market team trying to get players now. The bigger one, the breaking one in Tiamebasi right now is not just that. Of course, in terms of other news now, Sabino for Leverkusen for Lucia Brantia, your friend of Victor Boniface, what Xavi Alonso is trying to do, and they say Brighton and Hove Albion for a young centre forward be a friend Evan Ferguson now. Evan Ferguson, a young centre forward, and Roberto Di Zerbi, he was very instrumental. I know she goes baby and prior. Then they had to bring in a branch here, your friend João Pedro. Now João Pedro has been firing as well, so it means that since Evan Ferguson returning to the field of play to as fit now, a constant game time, sir. Brighton wants game time for him, and on the transfer. So on that transfer, they are looking for most likely a loan deal for a branch here, friend Evan Ferguson. And one of the first destinations for him, because Al Nassr once they are done with the deal for Victor Boniface, then it means that centre forward will be needed. I would see my friend FC Bayern or for Leverkusen, and one of the players that they are looking at Evan Ferguson. In fact, he is the main centre forward at Leverkusen for the airship to add to our team. Once Victor Boniface leaves there. Now staying in Germany, just a little over 30 minutes ago, I think just when I left here and uploaded the last video, the breaking news came. Said Mathys Tel, the young boy from Rennes, 17 years, joining FC Bayern Munich. I mean, can't see ourselves. So when the boy moved from Rennes to go and play FC Bayern Munich, the plan was to succeed in Germany. He felt at FC Bayern Munich a stable environment where he can go and succeed and play consistent football. Now, I've said it several times here. What Chelsea are looking for in this summer, a January transfer window, opportunities. Now, let me explain what I mean by opportunities. Say Chelsea set up a goal-scoring winger and Mathys Tel. Now, what Chelsea are doing, and he said, up a winger or direct to be a goal samano. Winger bet my man another 10 goals. No, they are Jackson, or they are Kopama or seasoning for the rest of the season. Or per winger or move it to center forward. And watch it, or bit Mathys Tel. Tel moves like a center forward. He moves directly at goal. And that is why I think that Chelsea stalled with the deal for Abrante and Alejandro Garnacho. Chelsea were patient. So in almost over a week now, the brief that we have been giving you over here on Fiifi-Manfred, and they said Bayern are being careful not to put too much pressure on the young 19-year-old Mathys Tel. They have been a little bit calm with him. Now, what we are hearing this evening from Fabrizio Romano, from Sky Germany, from Platigol, and all of the guys in Germany is that Mathys Tel he has gone back to the office of Christoph Freund, who is the sporting director of FC Bayern Munich. And why you clear to Christoph Freund said, or no as a player, at the beginning or catch coach, your friend Vincent Kompany said he doesn't really want to move away from FC Bayern Munich and he will stay and fight for game time. But then our brand friend Mathys Tel has gone back to Christoph Freund at the Stubborn Strap. And the news that's coming from Germany is simple. Wakache Christoph Freund said he's likely to move away from FC Bayern Munich into his office bar. They should consider it. And I'm saying, say, this is most likely because our brand friend Mathys Tel has now felt that he can compete elsewhere. And I'm very, very keen. The report says that there are lots of clubs around Mathys Tel conversation. I think that's the little bit that has been added from Bayern for now, just so Chelsea doesn't become complacent and thinks say brand friend Mathys Tel. Now, it's very clear, say other clubs will want Mathys Tel, a player of the caliber and then the talent, the directness at goal, and the fact that he constantly wants to get goals for you, are very, very important, and most clubs will want it. Chelsea believes that so many Abrante friend Mathys Tel from the left wing, he can help Abrante friend Nicolas Jackson. He won't just keep the width and try to create from there. He won't just be another Pedro Neto or be try to get a ball on his accurate foot and do all of those stuff now. So watch Mathys Tel constantly, aggressively, directly or attack a box now to try and get a goal for himself or set up somebody. And that's something that Chelsea want to help. And for me, Mathys Tel at age 19 and what he has shown at FC Bayern Munich in the German Bundesliga is a better purchase, even at 50 million than Abrante Alejandro Garnacho. I've always told you, Alejandro Garnacho is a 50 million pound player over there in the English Premier League. So I'm very, very excited. Say Chelsea are moving in to go and get it. And that means, say, immediately, it's going to be official. Say, Tel may move the other way to Stamford Bridge. Christopher Nkunku conversation will come in again. Make sure a couple of weeks ago, say Nkunku agent Pini Zahavi had proposed Christopher Nkunku to FC Bayern Munich. Of course, we all know say Nkunku is very experienced over Bayern Munich. Or bought German Bundesliga for a very long time. In fact, Bayern for modus operandi, and they say the best players in the German Bundesliga should come through them before if they will go abroad, they will go. They always want the first refusal for the best players in other clubs or German Bundesliga until they wanted a branch here for Christopher Nkunku. But at the time, now Leipzig for the air turn Bayern for they didn't have the financial muscle to do a deal for a branch here for Christopher Nkunku, and hence Nkunku moved to Chelsea. It was the last purchase for the old regime of Roman Abramovich and Mariana Granskaya. And now it looks as if said, like I've said, Nkunku just doesn't fit it at Chelsea. And for me, the final nail in the coffin was that game against Manchester City. Branty and my friend Christopher Nkunku came on. Didn't influence the game. Chelsea wanted something different from what Nicolas Jackson was doing. The ability to be clinical in the box and what have you. But Nkunku could not provide that for the team. And for me, there are parts where Nkunku where I asked myself, say, why is Nkunku in these zones and stuff like that? It's very likely at Bayern, he's going to play as a second striker. So in times where Christopher Vincent Kompany doesn't want to build through the blocks, but also call long and use Harry Kane as an outlet, he will play Nkunku in and around him. I mean, not in the same role of Jamal Musiala. He's going to play Nkunku right behind Abrantia, your friend Harry Kane, and then play Jamal Musiala as one of the midfielders. And the plan is simple. Obey Sulian Goretzka and maybe Alexander Pavlovich as a two double pivot and then play Abrantia Jamal Musiala from out wide. And then either have Abrantia, your friend, Michael Olise, or one of the wingers dropped. Now, the job of Nkunku will be to pick up the second balls Harry Kane will drop by, and then carry them into the box. So it's a good game plan for Tima, your friend of FC Bayern Munich. Of course, it means to say if that happens, Abrante friend Christoph João Felix is going to stay at Chelsea. But the big one is that Bayern will take an opportunity of Mathys Tel possibly moving to Chelsea to make sure say they will do a deal for a brand friend Christopher Nkunku. In the last few hours, that's exactly what's happened. Chelsea now have resumed talks right away with our brand friend Mathys Tel, and immediately Omar Bayern for the green lights. And of course, Christoph Friend, one of the sporting directors of FC Bayern Munich, contacted Chelsea for and said Mathys Tel say now he's most likely to leave. Chelsea are set to resume talks and trying to convince Tel to move in the direction of Chelsea Football Club. Senegal, he will go on and then go and play for Chelsea, and that's exactly what Chelsea are trying to do over there to make sure say they will get him to come in and play some good football for themselves. They like it, they want it, and that's something that Chelsea are trying to push to get our brand friend Mathys Tel. Tel has just decided to leave Bayern. Bayern and the player side will assess all options. Like I said, there are a lot of options, but I think that as a brief from FC Bayern Munich. Chelsea asked for Tel at the beginning of January, but there are no more. There are more clubs and in the race, and it's open. The second-hand embarrassment on the way. If he's not wearing a Chelsea shirt by the end and he's wearing other clubs, obviously Chelsea fans because it's going to be a huge embarrassment if that happens and he goes in there has issues. João Felix is the second best attacker at Chelsea Football Club after Cole Palmer, of course, but with equal playing time, João will surprise a lot of people, and I think that João should stay at Chelsea, especially given what's going wrong, what's going on as it stands now. Manchester United, as it stands now, and obviously there is a boy in the Italian Serie A, your friend Patrick Dogu, or a fullback over there. Patrick Dogu will join Manchester United with a package of 25.2 million plus 4.2 million, or a Swiss fullback over there. And about joining team, your friend FC Manchester United, into everything is sorted. So Patrick Dogu, and joining team, your friend FC Manchester United. United for now gotten their man, and it looks as if Chelsea are going straight into talks. Of course, in the last few minutes, I saw Chelsea and Aston Villa have spent today talking to each other the whole day. Chelsea and Aston Villa for now have been locked up having conversations about specific players and plans, how they'll go about certain specific deals, about Axel Disasi, about João Felix and his uncle. People close to João Felix believe that Emery could finally be the coach that play and trust him, and that's why João Felix and entourage are really pushing enough. And we'll see how the conversations will go around it. Like I mentioned over there, our national front Victor Boniface will complete his medicals, 60 million fee to Bayern Leverkusen, plus Boniface will earn a wage of 15 million per season, as reported by Platigo, and it is done for Abrentia, your friend of Victor Boniface. Chelsea young winger, your friend of Andre Santos, David Washington is going back to go and play with his idol Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. El Santos Santos Football Club El Brazil. Neymar transfer to Al Hilal was 97.6 million, and he only played 7 games in total. Therefore, each appearance is made cost 13.9 million when it comes to over there. Neymar, I'll go back to go and play when he comes Santos. I mean, it hasn't gone well for him. You're trying to be a little bit kind with him and make sure you're kind of him because he has really struggled, and then make sure everything is going to go on well for Abrantia, your friend Neymar da Silva. Chelsea are still in for Abrantia, your friend Mathys Tel, and they really want to finalize the deal. Chelsea would want to make sure the deal is done over there, and wait to see how that one goes in there. Chelsea will now resume talks with the agent of Mathys Tel. Chelsea remain interested in Tel. We'll see how that goes over there in terms of that conversation and how everything is going to go on with our brand here, the friend of Mathys Tel. Bayern has succeeded in forcing Mathys Tel to come in, and I think so as well. They deliberately didn't give him minutes in recent games to pass a message. The boy wanted to stay where he is not openly welcome. They need to bring in Nkunku, so someone has to be sacrificed. Football business is cutthroat, and I think I agree. Sometimes we fans, we want things in our way, but football is business and it's cutthroat. Maybe Tel is the reason Garnacho deal did not progress. I think Chelsea wanted somebody who moves like a striker, somebody who is aggressive like a striker, somebody who gets you goals, not somebody who just wants to go in the byline. And of course, Tel is much more proven and a younger profile and fits the profile better than Abrantia, your friend Christopher Nkunku, and can play as a second striker the winger, that like a striker, like a Lookman. Chelsea are looking for someone that can dominate the box and link. The link since last summer, see it's Samu Shesko, Duran, Dirab. It's pretty clear, and that's why Chelsea are moving in for Abrantia, your friend Mathys Tel, and it looks as if Mathys Tel may go in and wear Chelsea's jersey by the end of this January winter transfer window. We wait to see just a couple of days, a couple of hours, a couple of minutes. It's going to go on a wait to see where Mathys Tel is going to have. As it stands now, Chelsea for target IFN Mathys Tel. The update is that he has changed his mind and he wants to join Chelsea from FC Bayern Munich, and Bayern Fono have made it happen. As it stands now, Mathys Tel straight to Chelsea very, very soon. I'm sure that we'll see it. So, bye-bye.